Tally-ho! Good morning. How are we all today? It's a fine, lovely, misty, murky morning. And I've got a couple of things to talk about, which is, well, okay, not unusual for me. Well done. Firstly, and this is going to be the theme of this video, I believe, observations. And it doesn't mean looking at pretty ladies and saying, ding dong. It actually is what we do on motorbike. We observe, like voyeurs. No, we don't. So, what am I doing? Well, what I'm doing is I'm going along this A road, single lane, single carriageway, as you can see. And what I like to do is I like to sit here, just to the right of centre, because I can see past the cars in front. Cars coming the other way can see that I'm here, because I've got better visibility in my road positioning. And people behind should be able to differentiate between me and the car in front. So this is my staple position, really, if I'm just pootling along. Now, if I wanted to go for extra visibility, on a right-hander I'd move to the left to see round the corner, and then on a left-hander I'd move to the right, like this, you see? You get better visibility, you get to see round the corner. So this whole lane you can play with. You don't just have to sit in the middle. This is your lane, you can play with it. Which is why when cars come into your lane when they're, say, going around station traffic or something, most of the time they see a motorbike and think, oh, that motorbike can move over. Well, actually, legally, no, he doesn't. He's playing with his whole lane. He can do what he likes. Watched a video the other day, could have been Car Biker, where a car, and he was quite happily sitting basically where I am. And the car coming the other way was going around a parked car and basically forced him to move. But I'm riding along here, there's a junction there. If this was a clear road, I'd be doing, instead of 45, I'd be doing 60, maybe 65. But with all these junctions that come up, I would just roll off slightly and be ready to either manoeuvre or brake. Try not to do both at the same time. There are arguments for both. If you think you've got time to brake, brake, but then your manoeuvrability drops, so you're more likely to hit it if you can't stop. Hit whatever the obstruction is in the road if you can't stop. I would like to think I'm in the manoeuvre camp. Now here, I'm looking over my right shoulder before overtaking. Carefully going through here, checking my mirrors. I've got plenty of space, but I still need to check all around me at all times, because I was in a very vulnerable position there. A vulnerable position. So it's always worth to have an excellent idea of what's going on around you. Morning. And here, just checking my left, because people like to push in, because the right-hand lane is straight on, left is left. Nothing coming, so I can look round. And when I come around this corner, I check he's not going to move. I check my left, nothing there, nothing on my right, and off I go. So a lot of bikers would say that I'm being over-observant, maybe, doing all these safety checks over my shoulder. And I'm not perhaps paying attention enough to what's coming from my front. So, I don't know, it's schools of thought. Now coming along here, these people, well, I'm following this van really, but these people have moved over to the van. Have they seen me? I don't know. So I'm keeping my position ready, and I was looking ahead to make sure that if someone did try and go back to the central position and encroached on where I was, nothing was coming the other way, so I had an escape route. Always think of escape routes. That's what I think. Because if someone had pulled in across me, I could have gone right, because I knew nothing was coming, you see. Mirrors are fine. I suppose I check my mirrors every 20-30 seconds. If I'm switched off, which is obviously a bad thing, then, yeah, I probably don't check them as often as I should. I'm back in my box standard position, sitting here quite comfortably. I am visible to people coming the other way. I'm visible to people behind, and in front, the chap in front, he's driving a van. He might not have a rear view mirror, so he might not be able to see through the back of his van. But he's got a wing mirror, and I can see his wing mirror, so he can see me. Ha ha ha! So he knows I'm here, you see. Now, check my right shoulder. I could have overtaken them, but there was a car coming, so I couldn't. But it's preparation and preemptiveness. So if you know the road, you know what's coming up ahead, you can be careful. I'm not bothering to overtake because there's a long line of traffic here, and I know that there's a bit of dual carriageway coming up, and mostly they speed up again, so it's quite good. I do like that view with my dials lower now. That's rather good. I like that. Look at that. Yeah. Lovely. So I'm looking ahead, worrying about things coming up behind me. That's about it, really. Right, that's the first time I've gone full throttle since doing my DNA air filter. Yeah, it's quicker. Oh, that's a modification. Oh, hello, Mini. Nice car. Like it. Hey, yeah. Cool. Had a nice lady driver too. Right, so over the weekend I did a couple of ministrations to my motorcycle, and I rather like them. The gauges, they were sort of up like that, like bunny ears. They're now flat and much lower. They're not quite touching the headlight, which is nice. It's probably about 3 or 4 mil clearance, and it's pretty solid. Now there's a big hole in the middle there. If you want to relocate your key, now I actually quite like it on the left, so it was also quite a tight squeeze. I did have a go to see what I preferred, but it was trapping the throttle cables, so the throttle stopped working, which wasn't a good thing. I didn't do it, but I quite like the hole actually. Everyone likes a good hole from time to time. Actually, that one's not big enough. Anyway, I did that, and I also put in the DNA, that's a trademark, air filter. It's meant to improve airflow. Now, because I've got the what's called the Triumph Twin Power Breathe, which is a plastic circle essentially that you stick on the outside of the airbox instead of this weird convoluted snorkel type affair, because it lets a lot more air in, which is great. And that balances the Predator exhausts I've got, which are through-flow exhausts, and they, as you've heard many a time, they're very loud and noisy. But if you've increased the exhaust flow, you should increase the airflow, keep the balance, you know, it makes it easier for the ECU to balance the mixture and all that kind of jazz. And wow, there's a real difference, and it can't be more than, say, 2 to 5 brake horsepower. Loads of people say, oh, you know, I did this and it was an extra 15 brake horsepower. No, but it's just got amazing. There's now mid-range pull that, yes, it had before, but there's now that little bit extra. And it's only a little bit. I'm not making massive claims here, but it's certainly worth doing. 40, I think it was 45 quid for the air filter. Bog standard jobby is about 25-30 quid, you know. So I thought, why not? Give it a go. The old one was actually perfectly fine, so I didn't bin it, I kept it. It wasn't even dirty, and it's done 6,000 miles, so... But yeah, it's just got a bit more pickup. When I was in third gear just back there, and I floored it, well, fully opened the throttle. You can't really floor a motorbike, can you? It just... the pickup was extraordinary. Very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. So, I've made differences to the looks and I've made differences to the engine over the weekend, and I'm happy with both. Good weekend's tinkering, or fettling, or felching. I don't know, what's the word? But yeah, that's all good. So, when it comes to observations, right, well, I'm about to get up onto the motorway. Persia, you need to accelerate, old boy. Come on, come on. I haven't got all bloody day. I'm on a motorway, don't you know? Alright. So there, I did quite a lot of observations, checking left and right, timing my lane change nicely. Look at all that lovely mist. Look at that lovely mist. Isn't that beautiful sunshine? Beautiful morning mist sunshine. Yes. Everybody likes that sort of morning mist. Pretty, 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 pretty. Like a Turner painting. Absolutely. Good Lord, they're going to start queuing from here. That really is quite something. God, I'm glad I'm on my motorbike this morning, I can tell you that. What's going to go on here, do you think? Oh, look. Ah, it is an Audi. Hello. Now, so, checked my left shoulder when I moved lane position. Should always signal, should always check shoulders whenever changing position in the road, whether even if it's within your lane. That's what I was taught anyway. It doesn't always happen that way. So, fast filtering, the majority of my focus is straight ahead, with the occasional check in my mirror to make sure no barred-ass commuter type is up my rear. Still okay for now. There is a motorcycle coming. Not quite sure if he's a barred-ass commuter type, but he's certainly sitting tall on his motorbike with purpose. Definitely got the purpose between his teeth, as it were. That is not a euphemism, I don't believe. I might have just made it one. Have you got your purpose between your teeth, sir? Have you? Marvellous. Bravo. So yes, yes, he's right on my bottom now. Let's get in front of this van and I shall move over for him. There we go. Signal, manoeuvre. Check he's going to be alright. There's another type. There's another chappie coming. There's another chappie. Oh, welcome, you little sods. God, so bloody young. Whippersnappers. I shall show them what for. Back to filtering. Apart from... Haha, and this one, Mr. Skint Biker, is for you, sir. Filtering, filtering, filtering along. Filtering, filtering, this is my filtering song. Ha! Now, how was that? I'm surprised people didn't hear that in their cages. Yeah, basically any gap, check for cars moving into them. Look at this, he moved over. Thank you, young lady, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, there's a gap here, so that BMW could try to move into it without indicating or looking. But my main focus is ahead. I only check my mirror from time to time to make sure I'm not being rammed from behind. Watch out for when everyone starts braking, because once they start stopping, they're looking for other lanes to go into, you see? They are. Because I do it when I'm driving my car. I go, oh no, my lane's slowing down, but the other lane's going. Let's see if I can nip across. Oh no, there's a Mr. Motorcyclist. I shall let him go past because I'm a clever, conscientious car driver. Certainly with filtering, the focus is straight ahead. And as I've said before, I try not to take cars by surprise. I don't like to go fast. Between them, I'm still going faster than cars and I will still get to my destination. But at the end of the day, if you filter too fast, you're not giving the car driver a chance, and he's going to be a smidsy. Which is, sorry mate, I didn't see you. Look at this, riding into the sunshine, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. Look at that lorry, it's full of concrete. You wouldn't want that to fall on you. No sir, no sir. Now this is yonder chappie I let pass. And I've caught him up. Well, there you go. It says it all, doesn't it? Oh, and he's now letting me pass. How peculiar. That's very kind of you, chappie. Thank you, sir. Filtering is different observations to riding on the road, and I don't feel that I've fully covered it, because there's lots of other stuff I haven't covered yet. So maybe on a road that wasn't quite as busy as mine, but observations for overtaking and looking out for junctions. Going a bit faster, you know, doing 70. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well done. Thank you. Yes, you're on camera. Thank you, dear. Oh, hello. So, continuing my discussion about observation, knowing that police car ahead just totally didn't stop for that zebra crossing. That's quite amusing. Anyway, observations. I knew that zebra crossing was ahead, but I also saw it and I saw there were people moving, so I got ready to stop, because also You don't know how many of the cars ahead of you are going to just jump on the brakes at the last minute, so you need to be aware that might happen too. It's all part and parcel. Getting ready for jumping on the brakes because people are pulling out in front of us. Comme ça. Indeedy. So, again, preparing. That truck in front of the car in front might not be able to enter onto the motorway / freeway. So it's always a matter of getting ready to stop if necessary. Or at least roll off. Tractor! Hello, tractor! It's a threshing machine! But no, I'm checking behind me. For that. But also looking ahead now. I know for a fact that a lot of these junctions further up can get very congested, so I'm looking for, well, essentially stationary traffic where I'm going to have to be careful. But is that, it's just common sense and observation, really. I don't really get why it's a difficult art. Knowing also that people coming from the left here will want to probably go to the middle lane like that chappie just did. For some reason he's coming all the way out here. But I'm going to go into the middle, but because this is also a junction, it's knowing that any of these trucks on my left might want to come into the middle. So it's a matter of getting past them, finding a nice gap. If you're on a road you don't really know, don't chance it. Don't go too fast because you don't know where the danger areas and junctions and corners are. Just be prepared to roll off whenever necessary. For example, there are plenty of places along here where someone could pull out. So there's a bit here if they went, but I'm checking on my right, so I have an escape route. So if someone pulled out there, I could have just moved to the right-hand lane. Being prepared for it, you see. I also know that up here there's some roadworks, so I'm going to have to stop soon, or at least think about filtering. So checking over my right, no one is behind me, so I'm ready to filter if and when I need to. So here we go, nothing behind. Come round. Look, there's a motor bicyclist up ahead. These are junctions here, you see, so anyone could just suddenly change their mind, turn right, try to turn round because of the queues. In fact, anybody could just suddenly want to turn around. So whilst I'm going along here, just being very careful. So there are all the considerations. Try not to go around a corner when you can't see what's coming the other way, faster than you know you can stop in that distance. Sometimes it's very easy not to. Sometimes it's easy to just go around these corners willy-nilly because you're having fun. And I'm certainly not going to have a go at you for doing it. It's just that if you do come across a tractor or something across the road, don't complain about it. You ride to the conditions of the road, and that includes visibility. If you don't know what's round this corner, don't go round it at 60. Go round it at, say, 30, knowing you'll be able to stop if it's blocked. But I don't do that. Totally hypocritical. I don't do that. Well, I try to, but sometimes when you're enjoying yourself, it's all a matter of hoping for the best. It really is. Okay, well, let's see what we can do 0 to 60 wise off these lights. It's uphill though, so careful. Oh well, see what happens. Check that it wasn't just the cool air. I love this bike. Whee! Have a lovely day, everybody. Toodle pip. Bye. Right, toodle pip.